Meagen Morrison with Eagle Mine. Just welcome you to the line. We're here in Minnesota at the premier event of the Mining and Energy Expo put on by Better in Our Backyard. This is their inaugural event. It's the first time that they're doing this. Quick question for you. What have you thought about today and the event and the different things going on?
It's been awesome. So I have been talking to so many people from all different industry, similar industries, but different roles. So it's just been great to hear what everybody's working on, what the challenges are. Often they're very similar challenges across operations. We realize our situations are not unique across the industry. So it's been just great to connect with others.
Isn't that really encouraging when you find out that you're not alone?
Yes.
I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it's really helpful to be able to push beyond where you are, you know what I mean? And be able to not give up and to not quit, to be able to move forward. And that's something that I think is pretty important in this industry in particular, because it's all about long-term thinking in what you're doing here in this industry. So Meagen, how is it that you have gotten involved with Eagle Mine in Michigan?
Well,
Is it Michigan?
Yes, it's in Michigan. Yep. So Eagle Mine is the only primary nickel mine in the U.S.
Really?
Yep. So we have been in operation since 2014, producing ore since 2014.
Come on.
So it's a really incredible project that we have, and a great example of we can do mining and do it right. Build a brand new operation right in Michigan, and we've been running smoothly for 10 years.
And so you guys aren't in the exploratory phase. You're one of the first people that I've talked to that's not like.
Yeah. We have a real live mine.
They have a real live mine.
Yes, I'm a real boy.
I was literally thinking the same thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been, it's been great. How I got into mining. So I worked in coal previously at a coal power plant.
I'm a Pennsylvania boy, so coal is in my blood. Yeah. So. That's cool.
Hopefully it's not like a problem. Like, does it cause any medical?
No.
Like, not in that way. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
So I started my career in doing quality control testing for Lafarge at a power plant, and then this mine was like coming to town. So I'm like, well, that sounds better than doing lab work in a trailer at a coal plant.
It is not glamorous.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for everyone. So. I was able to start with Eagle Mine right away before there was even a hole in the ground. I think there was maybe 20 employees at that time.
Wow.
So have been able to see the project go from permitting through legal challenges to construction, operations, growth, and now planning for closure. So a full life cycle all crammed into 14 years.
That's pretty awesome. Can you talk us through that life cycle? Like, what does that look like? You've been involved with it from the beginning, and now you're working towards closure. And like, what does that mean? Like, help people that are listening that maybe aren't in the industry understand what that process looks like.
With all the process, sorry.
I don't think a lot of people understand when you say closure what that means. Like, how you close a mine and what the processes are. Because a lot of people, they think that there's a certain, they think you walk away and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right now, our current life of mine is Q4 2028. So we have a robust closure plan in place that we just now have to start looking at doing for the future. But at the same time, we have steady state operations between now and then. So planning for the future while maintaining a safe, environmentally responsible, socially responsible day-to-day operations. So there's a lot of work that went on before that. So when building the mine, keep building the mine with closure in mind. So from a social side, setting up programs right off the bat that would help offset the negative economic impacts that are associated with closure.
Okay.
So looking at those programs, making sure through operations that they were effective, and then at closure, sustainable through other funding sources after the mine goes away.
So you guys have been operating for more than a decade now? I mean, we're in 2025. You started in 2014, so just barely.
Yeah, so the deposit was discovered in 2002, started construction work 2008, started actually taking ore out of the ground in 2014.
Such a long process.
Yeah, well, relative to other operations, though, we're light speed.
Really? I don't think people realize that when you talk about that, and you're talking about 2002, 2008, 2014, and now here we are in 2025, and you're thinking forward to, closure in 2028.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. What are some of the things that have made it successful for Eagle Mine?
All right. Well, my world is social, so
Yeah.
I'm going to answer what
Absolutely.
we've done socially that have been.
My world is that as well, and I think that's really important in the industry. I think it's really important, and so I'm curious what some of those successes for you have been socially.
Okay. Well, one thing I like to refer to it as uncomfortable transparency. Like if you feel like, oh man, like we're gonna have to talk about this, then it needs to be said. So that is one thing. Every 6 months, no matter if we have big project updates to share or not, we go out into the communities every 6 months and we give an update on what the community has said was important to them. So our safety performance, our environmental performance, community impact, local hire, local procurement. So we report on that every 6 months in the impacted communities. And that has been a really great tool for us. We've been doing that since probably before operations started, since maybe 2010, 2011.
Wow.
So we do, the community forums, I think one of our biggest, most impactful tools that we have are public tours and just tours in general. So oftentimes companies will spend all this money on marketing and logos and branding, and we have this big splash and this big persona out in the community, and then they come to site and they're like, this is it? This is all that there is for all of this big name recognition and logos and everything out there. I'm like, yeah, it's a size of a golf course.
Really?
It's very small. So having that open door policy and pure transparency to show people what we're actually doing is so impactful. So I lead the public tours. So every summer we bring about 300 people or so. And I've been doing it for 14.
So there's real interest in it then. I mean, if you're bringing 300 people through.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's really a mix, and they started with the intention of for the community, so just the community people who have questions, concerns, come and see it for yourself. But over the years, it's kind of transitioned into a tourist attraction. People will come from outside the area to come and see come and see a real live operation instead of a historic tourist mine.
Yeah.
So then I get a little nervous. I'm like, oh my God, you guys drove 4 hours to come see me, drive you around to the mine site?
I would totally do
Yeah.
that. I that's the kind of tour that I want to be a part of. I mean, I think that's pretty exciting. So
Yeah.
I remember I took my kids, there's a local quarry where we live. It's been in operation for 100 years. And every 3 years they open it up to the public, and they have buses and they truck you in. And it's one of the coolest things ever to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So if I were to go on a tour of Eagle Mine, what does that look like?
Well, we have two different tours. So we have the mine site and the mill site, and we open up both of them. I really like the mill tours because you get to see the whole process. So just start to finish, from where the ore comes in on the trucks to the finished product. But my favorite part about the mill tours is that they are led by one of our mill operators. So these people are not trained PR professionals that are going to give some canned response to questions that are asked. Their job is to keep that mill running, and they provide full transparency. Sometimes I never know what they're going to say. I'm like, you guys maybe don't swear so much on the tour, and but it's great because they'll walk through and they're so proud of what they built and what they're operating, and you can just see it in how they explain what they do, and they're excited to be able to share that with the community and with people that want to know what they do every day. And then we can, we bring a group through and they're like, what's that? What's that? How often do you change these filters? What do you do with this? Where do you get this pump? So
Wow, lots of questions.
and then they answer them thoughtfully, with pride. And that's by far my favorite part, is sharing it with the operations crew.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What do you think some of the things that you guys have learned through that process, what do you think are some of the biggest things in that communication process with the community and those around you? What do you think is the number one thing in that process that has helped Eagle Mine be successful? Does that make sense, what I'm asking you? No? So, don't you love when I ask a question that doesn't make sense? So you're going through that process, and it's like people are asking questions. What is the most common question that they're asking?
Okay. I think, I don't know if it would be a common question, but the most common response that they get is one that you see all the cars in the parking lot, but you don't see, they're picturing like all these busy little miners, like the, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs running around. And it's just, it's not like that. So the technology that is employed now compared to like what they have in their head, I think is the biggest surprise for people. Like I said earlier, the size of the operation, the mine footprint is the size of a golf course, so the super small.
So it's really small. That's impressive.
The physical impact is quite small. I think a lot of times people have open pit mining in their head, and then when they come to an underground mine, everything's like normal looking size, like normal, like a 45-ton haul truck and, regular looking equipment. They're like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in some coal mines in Pennsylvania, and it's like a hole, and then it's all underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that's the biggest feedback. I think people are often really impressed with our water treatment. That's always a concern being in Michigan and having a lot of fresh water around us. Just state-of-the-art water treatment plant that is, functions like a bottled water facility.
Yeah.
So that's also one of the highlights.
Well, I think that's really awesome. I think I really appreciate the way that you guys are communicating with the public, the way that you're having those events, and even from before inception of the mine, or before you were in operation, throughout the process. Like, I think it's probably a lot of work to do that, and it's a rather large investment, but I think that's probably very essential to making sure that you're communicating what's going on and helping people understand. Because that's a big part of the problem right now in the industry, because people do think it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it's not.
Yeah.
So,
Up until a couple years ago, when I told my kids I work at the mine, they think that I drive the haul trucks, because they see the trucks going back and forth. So for the longest time, they thought I was a over-the-road haul truck driver.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So Eagle Mine provides nickel, is your what you're mining there. What are some of the things that, for those who are listening here, there's a bumper sticker that we have in the state of Pennsylvania that I've seen where it's like, coal powers my Tesla. What is nickel being used for that you guys are mining that? Like, so people can understand what that's going into.
It's not nickels.
It's not nickels.
It's not nickels.
Okay.
So the biggest use for nickel is stainless steel.
Really?
Yep. So definitely stainless steel.
That's in everything.
Yeah.
Like we use that everywhere.
From medical equipment to countertops, refrigerators, the construction industry. Yeah, stainless steel you can't have it without nickel, depending on what it's being used for. The percentage varies. And then copper, so nickel, copper, so copper's in everything.
Wow. I really appreciate, Meagen, you just taking the time to have this conversation with us and talk about what you guys are doing there. And I think it provides a window into the right way to do the process once you're in operation, and how you need to communicate with your community. I think that's something that we all can learn from. Thanks for what you do. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good deal. Thank you so much.